does is just entertains me though. From the meantime, it's so funny.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. T Area High School welcomes you to today's soccer contest. Today we welcome our visitors, the Knights of Sioux Falls O'Gorman High School, as they take on your Knights. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise, remove your hat or cap, as we pay honor to America with the singing of our national anthem. Today it will be performed by T Area Choir Director Janice Gilbert. Proper flag etiquette is to stand at attention facing the flag and facing your right hand over your heart. Active duty military personnel or veterans not in uniform may salute the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. The schools participating in this event are members of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. They have adopted the rules under which this game is conducted. Strong commitment to excellence, fair play, and sportsmanship are all vital to this event's success. Remember to cheer in a positive manner and be respectful of the officials' decisions. And those officials are Hunter Barozzi, Jose Ray Hernandez and Guy McNeely. They are registered by the State of South Dakota High School Activities Association, and they have worked hard to learn the rules and administer them at this event. We request that you respect their honest efforts in officiating this contest. Now let's meet the starting lineups first for our visitors, the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. The freshman goalkeeper number 1, Luke Bell. Senior midfielder number 2, Zach Heineman. Sophomore defender number 4, Alex Moeller. Senior defender number 5, Zach North. Senior midfielder number 6, Joe Drake. Senior forward number 9, Garrison Showwall. Junior defender number 10, Caden Bauer. Senior defender number 15, Vincent Rado. Senior forward number 17, Caden Olson. Sophomore forward number 19, Jack Jorgensen. And a senior midfielder number 21, Will Koziara. Assistant coaches for the Knights are Harry Glissendorf, Devin Kirschman, and Ethan Glissendorf. Head coach is Michael Olson. Now let's meet the stars for your team. Junior goalkeeper number 1, Max Johnson. Senior defender midfielder number 4, Ethan Dees. Junior midfielder and forward number 6, Hudson Patrick. Junior midfielder and forward number 8, Dan McNally. Senior forward midfielder number 10, Drew Bonza. Senior midfielder forward number 11, Jonathan Howe. Sophomore defender forward number 12, Nathan Hall. Junior defender midfielder number 14, Connor King. Senior forward midfielder number 17, Holden Delmonico. Senior defender number 20, Riley Powell. And a senior defender midfielder number 21, Gavin Ryan. Assistant coaches for the Titans are Ryan Taylor and Sergio.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to T South Dakota T Area High School. Thunder Valley is what they've called the track facility, football facility, soccer facility here. Joined by producer Andrew Griffin, my partner Chris Murray. I am Shad Hockey. We are going to be joining you for this double header tonight. T Area Titans playing the O'Gorman Knights. O'Gorman Knights have been busy the last 5 days. We'll get into that in a little bit. Injuries for the Titans. Sickness is going to keep number 7, Beckett Martins, a sophomore, and number 24, Trevin Schwartz, also a sophomore. They will not be playing tonight due to sickness. They haven't been attending school. O'Gorman, pretty much healthy. They did play last night. They do have some guys a little bit banged up, Coach Olson tells me, from last night. But for the most part, they are healthy. He tells me they usually go about 14, 15 deep, and they will be going a little deeper tonight, mainly because of the injuries. So they do have one player in street clothes that is a bench player for them. He won't be giving it a go tonight. But second-year head coach Michael Olson will lead the O'Gorman Knights. He used to be the head coach for the Washington Warriors back in the day, and then his coach club. Chris, do you know Coach Michael Olson at all?
I am not familiar with him at all, actually.
Okay.
I don't really hang much on the boys' side, so it's not really a big surprise.
Yeah.
They must have had to finish their postponement game from.
They did, yes, sir. They tied from Harrisburg last night. Coach Olson said they came out very stagnant and then stuck 2 in the last 10 minutes to tie it.
So they were down 2-0 at the break. Or
Yeah.
with the weather break. Wow.
Pretty impressive. So
We'll talk about the girls' side where Harrisburg lost their first game last night also to
they
O'Gorman.
did. First game in a long time.
Yeah, I think that broke a 48-game
Wow.
win streak.
Were you at that game?
I was not. They had to play the last 27 minutes, and going into the last 27 minutes, Harrisburg was down 2-0, and the game finished 3-1.
Wow.
So they're showing some kinks in the armor there. They also tied Lincoln on Friday night 0-0. So
Okay. Yeah, the big win streak for them, win streak for their volleyball team that was up in the 80s was snapped out in Las Vegas. They lost a couple of games, won a bunch, won about 9 out in Vegas, including a win over a top 10 team, swept them. So Harrisburg soccer streak now gone and volleyball streak gone. There is a Titan down near midfield. That looks to be young Nathan Hall, sophomore. Starters for the Titans. Brax Johnson at goalkeeper. I talked to head coach Zach Juergens pregame, and I said, Brax, he's got to be, in my opinion, one of the best keepers we've ever had. Coach Juergens is saying he, as of now, and Brax Johnson, just a junior, might be the best they've ever had. We brought up names like Noah Watson, that was just an athletic freak for the Titans, is playing professional basketball now. But Brax Johnson, keep your eye on him. Very high energy, really good keeper.
Was that Noah Watson, or you said Noah Watson?
Did I say Noah Watson?
You did say Noah Watson.
My apologies, Noah Friedel.
Yes, Noah Friedel. I think that would be.
I remember he was leading the state in goals at one time. He would start the game out at striker and then end the game at keeper. Just we'd score a goal or two and then save it for the Titans back in there.
He was
repeat days.
He was just an unbelievable athlete.
Yeah.
I played back in the day with his dad.
Pat.
Yep.
Yes, sir. The one-time all-time assist leader at Augustana is no more. Someone has passed that up. I forget who that would be, but there's a nice
that's because
ball.
they don't play defense anymore in college. So.
That ball out of bounds. Yes, throw in. This is going to be number 21, Will Koziara. The only tough name for the Knights is we see on their bench, they have a priest on their bench. I've never seen that before in full priest.
Maybe they're looking for some divine intervention after yesterday's game, but it's going to be interesting. They're I think sitting in the ninth seed, and
yes.
T's sitting in the 7th seed.
Yes.
So this is a big game for.
And the ball bouncing almost over the head of goalkeeper Luke Bell, just a freshman.
And the wind is going to play a factor, and if T can't get on the board in the first half, I think the second half could be a little bit more challenging. And,
I talked that over with Coach Juergens, too. He said, I'm going to take the wind right away because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if it's going to die down in the second half. We see that in football a lot. We'll see the wind die down in the second half. That led us to the 2013 state championship game up in Aberdeen, where we saw about the windiest game I've ever seen in my life. The hat blew off one of the color guard, and it was gone. And it was the same feeling. Exactly. I told him, I said, I knew if you guys were 1-0 or down or 0-0, we were going to win that one. It was actually 1-0. We were trailing, I believe, at halftime, or 0-0. We won it 2-1 anyways. But
that's one of those decisions as a coach that you can either look like a genius or a fool, because I've coached before and we've taken the wind or given up the wind in the first half to have it in the second half. And then the wind changes, and then you have against the wind both halves.
Oh, wow. So, look at Hudson Hadrick heads it out of there. That was almost a goal for the Knights.
That's really good. That's a really good play. It's really smart.
That's kind of down in that little bit of the coffin corner. I don't get a good view, so I have to trust that I just can't see around the
equipment.
No, not the equipment, even just the room a little bit here.
I hear you.
The field is.
It's a really good ball.
Another
in
corner.
And nobody home.
Juve Bonza, nice play to just at least get it out of there. So the starters for the Titans, Brax Johnson, Ethan DeGeest, it's a senior, number 4, number 6, Hudson Hadrick, midfielder. He's just a junior. Good news for the Titans. Number 8, Dalen McNelly, a junior midfielder. Juve Bonza. You see Juve in the number 10. That's the Titans' goal leader on the year. He's got another level of speed. He wants to play at next level. He probably can at a number of places. Very good player for the Titans. Number 11, Jonathan Howe, a senior. Number 12, Nathan Hall. Nathan missed roughly the first half of the season with injury, but he's been back. Now he is starting. Nice-looking player and only a sophomore for the Titans. 14, Connor Case. Good defender back there. You'll see him on a number of plays. Just a junior. Holden Delmonico, the big senior, number 17. Holden has been limited this year to injuries as well, but he gets one of the first starts, maybe the first start of the year, as Hadrick pokes it free. And then McNelly drops it. Number 20, Raleigh Powell. He's been him and 21. Raleigh Powell, number 20, senior. 21, Gavin Reiner's a senior. Both just stellar defenders for the Titans that do their job very well, the two center defenders for the Titans. You'll see Reiner's run all over the field. That's a nice ball in, no one home. For the Knights, their starters tonight. As we look and see number 26, Gage Ruffling, 8th grader, going to come in for them.
This kid is ridiculously good.
Really?
Yeah, he is. I think he's probably the top players. Well, I know he's probably the top player in South Dakota for his age.
Okay.
And his dad is
Rex.
His dad's a great guy, and he played. I think he played professionally back in the day. So.
Didn't they have something to do with the KC Sporting when that came about?
I think he's part of that, part of the Futures program.
Okay.
And he's traveled all over and done a lot in the game at a very, very, very young age. So
keep an eye on him. Number 26, getting ready to check in. He's got the.
Yeah, he's little, but he's got a lot of skill. And
sometimes
he's
that works to your advantage.
Yeah, he's like dynamite.
Yeah.
Dynamite comes in small packages.
Luke Bell, freshman goalkeeper for him. Number 2 is senior Zach Heineman, midfielder. Number 4, sophomore Alex Muller. Number 5, Zach North, a senior. Number 6, Joe Drake, he's a midfielder. Number 9, Garrison Schoenwald, a senior. Number 10, Caden Bowers, a junior defender. Number 15, Vincent Riddell is a senior defender. Number 17, Kate Olson, a senior defender. Number 19, Jack Jorgensen, sophomore forward, and Will Koziara, senior midfielder, wears number 21. That's a good job keeping it in. Now it goes out, so Rolfing will have to wait until the Titans send one out. There's Hadrick. Nice move there by DeGeest, pulls it back again. And now Hadrick tries to find number 11, Jonathan Howe. Kind of an overpass. And it's going to be a foul on the Titans. So here will come in number 26, Gage Rolfing, 8th grader. The only 8th grader we're going to see on either side tonight. A couple freshmen, but no 8th graders. That used to be kind of the standard for the Titans back in A.
I was thinking that even in Double A, I wasn't even sure. I know that I've come to learn that they leave it up to the individual school districts, but I don't believe the Sioux Falls school districts, which O'Gorman, I don't necessarily think, since they're a private school,
right,
I don't think they have to follow that. But the Sioux Falls public schools, I believe, has kind of outlawed having 8th graders on varsity sports, except for maybe cross country or something like that, for player safety and that kind of thing. But
interesting. We've seen, Harrisburg, we talked about their volleyball team. They had a state champion undefeated volleyball season last year, and it was Coach Costain, who's been there over 20 years. First year she didn't have a senior, and first year she had an 8th grader that came up and played for them. And Masslink, and she's a great player, just a freshman. So
yeah, I think it's more the sports where size and physicality of the game can, to keep them safe. I mean, that's even in girls soccer, for that matter. When you've got a girl that's, 5 or 6 years younger than the other players, that gets to be
good point.
Potentially a little bit dangerous, especially football. Those guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those guys get moving really fast, and
in football, it's rare to see even a freshman no call there play on.
Yeah, agreed. Unless they're a kicker or a punter or something like that, maybe. But
or you are I'm trying to think of the 4 brothers from Washington that all went and played D1. I knew their parents too.
Oh, good ball.
Really
good
nice ball. See if Holden can get a kick on it up in the air too.
Didn't get over the ball. Yeah, he's going to want that one back.
And that was passed up by Bonza, just kind of left it for him. And
it was a great play by Juve, just getting his shoulder on it and just kind of redirecting it perfectly.
Yeah, we've seen Bonza before get double and triple teamed and leave passes off that have been easy goals for teammates.
He's kind of a magician with the ball, off the ball.
The Farniak brothers is who I was thinking of. They Oklahoma Sooner, a couple Iowa State players. One is in the NFL right now.
And what was their last name?
Farniak.
Oh,
4
not
brothers,
familiar.
all about 6'4" and close to 300 pounds. And Dad was big, and Mom Chris was 6 foot tall herself, and Dad Brad was big. And I didn't want their grocery bill. That was
Oh,
that
my
was for
word.
sure.
Can you imagine?
Here's Bonza bringing it up now, across midfield. Leaves it for Howe. No, he's for Case, and then Case is going to try to give it back to Bonza, broken up by Harrisburg.
I'd like to see him maybe turn with that ball a little bit instead of just playing it back right away. I don't think he was covered. I think he would have had an opportunity.
Sure. You see McNally for the Titans trying to get it. This is Reiners. We talked about him a little bit. Standout defender. Coaches on the football side said they would love to have him out for football. I did ask Coach Juergens. I said, why doesn't Brax Johnson and his big leg kick for football? And he just wasn't sure. Keep an eye on that when he gets a goal kick with this wind behind him, which is already seemed to be dying down. If you look at the flag across the field, he's going to send it far. His kicks routinely sail into over half the field, as this is Koziara. Takes into the corner, kicked out of bounds by Reiners. Be a corner kick, the 3rd corner kick of the afternoon for the Knights.
And on that initial play that the keeper had to back up into the goal, those high bounces can potentially cause some problems.
They can. We saw that when the Titans first got this turf, a dozen or so years ago, and not a lot of people had turf at that time. And we did have a few goals throughout the year where they would just bounce over the defender's head because they weren't used to playing on turf. But now there's a lot of turf out there. This is Brax Johnson. He's going to send this one very far.
I was going to say, and right on cue, here we go. Somebody might want to alert the Sioux Falls Airport. Look at that. Are you kidding me?
It lands about 80 yards from where he kicked it. Kicked it at about the 10, landed at about the 30. Nice play there by Connor Case, number 14, then gives it up. Reiner's tracking it down. He's going to keep it in play. And now McNally's got it. Played up. O'Gorman takes it away.
You know you have a leg when you got to register it with the FAA or whatever that is.
I liked someone needs to alert the Sioux Falls.
Yeah, isn't that the FAA that does all that stuff? The air traffic controllers and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, Federal Aviation Administration.
When you got to register with the FAA, that's how you know you got a big leg.
There's McNally trying to decide what to do with it. This is Hadrick in his pink shoes, brings it up the sideline to Delmonico. Delmonico drops it to Bonza the Magician, as you call him. And now he's going to track down, drops by O'Gorman to their freshman goalkeeper, Luke Bell. Kicks it up, finds Riddell. 26, the 8th grader that came in, he's kind of playing a striking midfielder.
Yeah, the attacking mid. They're kind of playing a little bit of a different 4-3-3. It looks like to me their outside backs are playing quite high.
Yeah, and for them, this is 4 games in 5 days.
Wow.
I think Friday, Saturday. I think Thursday, Saturday, yesterday, and today. And so if that math is wrong, you can reach out to Coach Zach Juergens because that's what he told me. Is that 6 days or is that 5 days?
I think that's 6 days.
Well, it's still a lot of soccer because this is a lot of running, and me and Coach Juergens kind of agreed. This isn't a bad night at all. It's going to be a really nice night when it all shakes out. But this is probably the worst conditions the Titans have had all year, and that just goes to show how spoiled we've been. We've had some hot games.
I was going to say the temperature of this game is fantastic.
Yeah.
But the wind, you're right. This probably has been one of the windier games. Well, that's a great ball.
A really nice ball. The header, Raleigh Powell in there gives it a header. He's trying to get it out. He sends it out. Well, Gorman keeps control of the ball. Powell now stepped up by Emmett DeGeest. Ethan DeGeest, I'm sorry. Emmett, his brother, is a standout defender on the football field for the Titans. Ethan DeGeest got it out of there. This is Delmonico. And he looks hurt. He just kind of had to drop that. And he's in pain, bent over on the sidelines. We've got Bill Kirkle at number 15.
That was his knee or something. He's limping a little bit.
Cade Eimer's also coming into the game, another sophomore for the Titans. This sophomore group especially on the football field as well as on the soccer field here. Really athletic group. And so we've got Dawood Toto instead of Eimers. Dawood is probably going to check in for Delmonico. I'm guessing that's going to be his spot. That's a weapon. Good job by Bell to eventually come out and get it. Throws it up the field.
That's a big ask for a freshman to come out and play in a game like this game and be on an island back there.
Yeah, we're going to see it for the girls as the Lady Titans start their own freshman at goalkeeper.
I love that kid.
Yeah.
I want to meet her. That's on my bucket list, man.
We will tonight. I got to sub the game after when the Titans had a guest goalie for a second, and I got to have her in class, and I just asked what her reaction was to the ball shagger turned to goalie, and she said, I just told him he couldn't be here, and that was it. But she was very complimenting to both you and me as well, and I guess she watches the broadcasts after the games, and so
the fact that she watches game film makes me love her that much more. I think it's one of those things where I told my players, if you're not watching game film, it's like being given the answers to the test before you take the test, and if you're not watching it, then you're not doing it right.
And let me ask you something about that, because I feel it's important to watch games. What value do you see in just watching games on TV or in person?
Well, I think that you can watch if you watching your own games is one thing, and you can kind of see. It helps you to learn not only what you're doing, because the game is going so fast, especially for these boys. The game is so fast, and you think that you saw what went on, or you think you know what you saw, but I think your mind can kind of play tricks on you a little bit because you're moving so quickly. And I think that what you find is that not only can you see, maybe areas where you did well and areas where you maybe need to improve, but also you can see how your teammates play and how they react in certain situations when a ball goes into a certain area of the field and things like that. So there's a foul called.
Foul.
I don't think either one. I don't think HUD liked that one very much. They're having a little conversation. HUD just making friends, but no. But I think that you can really learn a lot from watching your teammates and watching how they move off the ball and watch how they react in certain situations so that you can improve. Oh, that's a dangerous ball.
Went right through Dawood Toto's legs. Yeah, I agree. I think just always watching and to take it a step further, always watching and always having a ball, whether it's in the backyard or even in the house.
And I think that the part of watching other games, like if you watch college games or you watch professional games, it can just really help you with your own development and your own creativity, because that's one of the things I love about Juve is when I say he's a magician, it's his creativity and that helps him to think of the things that he does, but it's his physical ability that allows him to. And there's a lot of people, there are players that may have the creativity and don't have the physical ability, or they have the physical ability but not the creativity.
Yeah.
So I think when you watch that kind of a game film and you watch others play at a high level, that it can really help you with your own development. Oh, that's a dangerous. I was going to say that looked more dangerous than it was.
Corner for the Knights coming in now for the Knights. Number 12, Charlie Nelson, a sophomore. Number 14, Nick Rodriguez, a senior. Number 18, Isaac Oliver, a junior. For the Titans, Lucas Samuel Wiedenhaus. He is an exchange student from Germany. So you see him come into the game. Dawood Toto, some early minutes for Dawood. There has been a lot of varsity games where he doesn't even play, and now he finds himself as the main striker, center striker for the Titans.
Yeah, with a couple of kids being out sick, that's you got to be ready to go for Coach Juergens. He's not gonna expect anything less than your best.
Yeah, and the thing I like about Dawood is he brings great energy. You saw him earlier just chasing the ball, and he's not going to let up anytime soon. Dawood was in the marching band last year. I don't know if he is this year or not.
I don't know how marching band translates to the soccer field, but look at that. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Bonza, that was dangerously close to getting out.
And then he gets tripped in the box, and you're not going to call that. Wow.
Tripped in the box, no call. It's been a game of, they're kind of letting them play a little bit.
Yeah, they sure are. He must have gotten the ball first. That's like I said, that happens so fast. And the crazy thing is he got beat on the play and then still had time to argue
Yeah.
with the official or have comments to the official, and then still had time to.
Nice throw in there by DeGeest for the Titans. And so this one, as you mentioned, Titans in 7th place, Knights in 9th. And so what needs to happen is the top 8 host. And so the Titans,
Right.
as of now, host. But the Titans have this game and then a game against the state champs next,
Yeah, that's,
Lincoln.
That's what we were talking about earlier. That's a good shot.
Oh, just a little high.
But
Job by
that's what we were
Bonza.
talking about. This to me almost kind of becomes a must-win game. I hate saying those kinds of things because it's they're still going to make the playoffs. But if you want to host a home playoff game, it's kind of a must-win game. And because Thursday is going to be a tough ask to try to take down Lincoln in the last game of the season.
I believe that's next Tuesday.
Well, that's Thursday, I believe.
It's Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in 2 days. So, that's
So
what I'm
I
saying.
won't be
So-
going to watch T area at Washington. I will be here. I don't know why I thought it was next Tuesday.
Well, when you're as big deal as you are, I think you need to have like an assistant or something.
I do.
or
It's
have-
it's
yeah.
my calendar.
Well, then your calendar's failing you because you're so busy. You probably have you could be double booked and whatever.
I know it
You
has
need an
happened.
assistant to fill out that calendar.
Athletic Director Clayberg said yes to make sure that we host. We have to win one of the 2 games.
Correct.
So what does that mean? I don't know, because you can't really say what the teams below you are going to do. If they're going to
Correct.
win, if Scott Stearns still had a son on the team, he'd have it all laid out for me.
Yeah.
Like he had spent entire days going over that.
You almost have to be a statistician or be good in that regard just to be able to figure that stuff out. That's a tough play, and that was an example right there of an older player in Hudson Hadrick playing against Gage Rolfing, an 8th grader, and Gage just doesn't have the physical ability to
Yeah. McNally, good
win
job
those
by him.
50-50 balls.
Here's Bonza on the sideline, picked up by DeGeest. You see, he's easy to find. He's got that captain's armband on. And now the steal by Hadrick, 2 in a row. Hadrick is going to find Bill
Really
Kirkala.
good ball.
Kirkala is going to win the foot race. He's on the wrong side of the goal. Just kind of kicks it with his right foot on the left side of the goal.
Yeah, that might be an issue with not really being confident in his left foot.
Yep. But a chance for the Titans nonetheless. Checking back in, Zach Heineman, number 2, the senior midfielder. He will come in for number 21, Will Koziara.
Heinemann.
By the way, Dawood and Bill, both track athletes as well.
We've got a track athlete coach letting us know that 5 and 15, or as you see them up front, both track athletes. What do they do, Griff?
They both jump. They both are Bill sprints, and Dawood is hurdler.
Oh,
Well, does 110s and
Titan
400s.
substitution, number
Nice.
12, Nathan.
Hall back into the game for the Titans. Kirkala will leave. Kirkala, a guy you don't see this early either. Under 20 minutes to go, first half, 0-0.
He's just gotten better every week, though. I mean, I think that's why you're starting to see him earlier in the game. I think just his overall improvement. Ooh, that there got a little physical.
Yeah. Toto kind of ran off the ball. He about gets the steal. Controlled really well by the Knights there. 15, Vincent Riddell. Oh, nice move by
That's a great
DeGeest.
move.
And the ricochet is going to be picked up by the keeper, Bell.
And there was a little confusion with the O'Gorman defenders, like who was going to take that ball.
Yeah, I saw that.
Thierry couldn't capitalize, but
Toto putting the pressure on. Under 16 to play.
it's been pretty even so far with the number of opportunities and things like that. I think the T's had some more dangerous opportunities. I think they just need to take advantage of those. That's strong physical play by Juve. That's just too strong. Usain Bolt couldn't have got that one.
You were talking about the evenness of these two teams. I did a little bit of homework today. O'Gorman 6-4-1. The Titans 7-3-2. So close enough there. Common opponents, Yankton. Both teams shut out Yankton. I'm sorry, Yankton shut out both of these teams. They beat O'Gorman 1-0 and Yankton beat T 3-0. Both of these teams put a shutout over Huron. O'Gorman won at 2-0. Titans won at 5-0. Both beat Brookings by the same score, 2-1. So I mean, you're not getting much more even than this.
No, and at this stage of the season, when you're maybe a half a game different than your opponent, and you're only 2 spots different in the standings, the difference is so minute. It's really anybody's game.
Yeah, here's a little bit of a different one. Harrisburg, T beat Harrisburg 2-0.
He had to be.
And
how was he not offside?
Last
have
night it
no
was
idea.
2-2. Great job, just cool. There's a cucumber back there, McNelly. Or I'm sorry, that's not McNelly.
That's Eimers.
That's Gavin Reiners.
Reiners, yeah. Reiners, he's like an eraser back there. He can make some mistakes to disappear.
Yeah.
21, Will Kosiara.
Jorgensen and Kosiera back into the game. Kosiera didn't sit very long. Number 20, London Herring, a freshman, checks in for the first time. Rolfing goes to the bench.
Gorman's gone to their bench pretty early and pretty often so far, so it's probably that's trouble. It's been it's pretty obvious that they've been playing a lot of games over the last few days.
Yeah, another corner kick, number 5 already for the Knights. 4 out of the 5 at least they put right on goal were good kicks. The last one kind of sailed a little bit. This one's going to be
That's a
Brax
great
Johnson
job by
come out of
Brax.
there and then a
and
save.
he's on it again. That's crazy.
Saved by
He might
Brax
have hurt
Johnson.
himself on that one.
I would have hurt myself.
It hurt me.
Those are tough when you're taking your momentum to the left and you have to dive back to the right. He made
Right.
the play.
Gavin's still trying to compose himself after taking one in the mid-region, let's just say.
On the year for the Knights, they started off with a 6-1 win against Rapid City Central, followed that up with a 1-5, 5-1 loss to Rapid City Stevens, and then on the road, both 2-1 wins at Brookings and at Washington. So Titans will get a free kick from here. This is Hudson Hadrick.
With this win, that's probably almost this is pretty much in his wheelhouse.
And that's exactly what Coach Juergens told me. He said with that win, you can move him back to the 40, and he's kind of a threat. So
He's sitting at about 38 right now, or about 48 right now.
Yep. This will be a nice ball. He just sends it in. You just hope to ricochet it off somebody and knock it
Yep,
in.
that's exactly what happened. Then we got a corner.
Then it was 3 losses in a row for the Knights, kind of a pivotal part of their season. 1-0 to Yankton, 4-0 to Lincoln, 3-2 against Jefferson. And then it was at the Huron, the 2-0 win. And then Sioux Falls Christian, they beat 3-1. So Sioux Falls Christian is in AA. They are sitting just ahead of us.
They must have stayed. They must
Yep.
have chosen to stay.
I think
Are they just ahead of us or just behind us? Are they
just ahead of us.
Are they at 6 or I thought they were at 8?
They are. I've got them on my phone. I can pull it up. That's a good job there by the Knights. That was number 20 just into the game, Herring. Good job by him getting out and keeping this alive. Here's Gavin Reiners closing out and makes the stop and out of bounds throw in.
Christian is at 10, actually. They're just
Oh.
right behind O'Gorman.
Goodness. Yeah, and then
But
after
they're still
the Sioux Falls-
7-4-1. So again, it goes back to what we talked about, depending on who you're playing and the wins and losses of those teams.
See if Toto
What
can
an
run this
opportunity.
down. And he tries. Here comes Juve Bonza.
Oh, boy.
Juve keeps it alive.
Here we go.
Juve's got one man to beat on the right side. Now they close out. He just tries to drop it for Dawood. If it would have gotten through, that would have been a great pass. Titans ball on the throw in with just 11 minutes to play. Halftime.
We've been dangerous. Yeah, we've been dangerous on the run here and playing good defense on the other end.
Goals for the O'Gorman Knights, 22. Goals against, 19. They've got 2 shutouts on the year, and they've been shut out twice. So, ball bouncing around, not cleared out yet. Toto's got it. He just kind of puts a foot on it. Hall has it, gets kicked out of there. This is going to have to be Case. No, that's Raleigh Powell to DeGeest. And DeGeest, he's got some nice moves over there. Brings it up to the left side. Still with the ball, DeGeest. And they're going to, that's, the T fans were clapping. That was clearly the ball of the Knights, and they give it to the Knights.
I think they're probably clapping for the effort. I mean, you
Okay.
get double teamed and
Yeah, DeGeest did a really good job there. And Titans started out the year at Mitchell 5-0. They won that one at Brookings, or here at home 2-1 Brookings in a really good game, a 0-0 tie here at home to Watertown. And then a 0-3 loss to Yankton, a 2-0 win at Harrisburg, 5-0 win here against Huron, 2-1 win at Washington, a 4-3 win at Roosevelt. Then the 2-0 loss here at home to Aberdeen Central. Nice looking Aberdeen Central team on the rain-shortened early.
Yep, that was the last game we did together. That was they were impressive.
They were, the way they controlled the ball and handled the ball.
Yeah, that's what Griff and I were talking about before the game, that when we saw them play, I don't think they were sitting in the second position.
Yeah.
But now they're sitting in the second position, so they must be continuing to play well.
Yep. Keep your eye on them. Nice looking job over there by Herring. Sat the first 25 minutes of this game. Then the Titans, a 3-3 tie at Brandon, 2-1 win at Pierre, and a 3-1 loss at Jefferson their last game. So goals
That's a really
for
good ball.
the Titans, 26 goals for the Titans on the year, 17 goals given up. They have 4 shutouts out of bounds. And
Substitution for the night.
Titans at one time had 3 shutouts in 4 games. That ended at Huron. They've given at least a goal since then. So Jonathan Howe coming in for Dawood Toto. Good minutes for Dawood stepping up with Titans being a little shorthanded. Be the throw in by the Knights. Under 10.
I would think Coach Jurgens would want, well, I guess both coaches would probably want their team to be as fresh and healthy as possible when the playoffs start. But when you're still fighting for that positioning in the playoffs and want to host a home playoff game, you got to kind of do what you got to do.
Yeah. A lot of balls bouncing around near midfield. Now O'Gorman's going to send it up. Reiners is in the way. Reiners almost heads it back off of the O'Gorman player, Koziara. Koziara controls it. And now here comes Reiners up the sideline. That's going to be taken away.
Gavin's going to want
Heineman.
that one back. I think he would like to have that one back.
Big shot is just going to get lifted up by that wind. Seems to be dying down. I'll give you a weather report when I go down at halftime.
You can probably hear it blowing in my microphone, so I'm not thinking it's dying down much at all.
Either that or it's your heavy breathing.
It sure ain't my heavy breathing, son.
Zach Jurgens, I asked him who's been stepping up lately, who's been playing well. Gavin Reiners, he said, Braxton Johnson, and Juve Bonza, kind of a little bit of each. You got a defender in there, a goalkeeper, and then a forward or midfielder.
And I think that's been pretty consistent from what we've seen and from what we've the games that we've done and the games that's trouble.
That is a beautiful shot.
That is super
across
tough.
the field, just into the game. We saw him come in. Jack Jorgensen, he started, but he's into the game, and then he ran over and was posing for their photographer, maybe.
Well, apparently. Well, you got to love it when they know where the camera is.
Do you?
I don't love it, but you can love it if you want to. I always tell my players, act like you've been there before.
Caden Olson checking into the game for the Knights for number 20, Landon Herring, with 6:51 to go. That is goal number 1 on the night.
Kind of wondering what happened there. It looked like the referee was going to call a foul, but gave them advantage. So if we I don't know if we kind of slowed down because we thought a foul was coming or what exactly happened there, but it was a pretty good shot. That's a tough one.
33 minutes and 9 seconds until the first O'Gorman goal. So the Titans, they haven't been shut out the last 3 games, 3-3, 2-1, 1-3, a tie, win, and a loss. And so O'Gorman has to be feeling good, having to battle that wind and having to play 4 games in 6 days.
Their touches have just been a little bit off, and I think that's been enough to turn the ball over. And
there's Bonza looking around, no one open. We throw in for the Titans. And they're going to call it time.
I must be looking to have a clock reset.
This is where
clock adjustment.
the crowd gets really helpful. We are in a box up here. It might not sound like it if you hear some of the wind, but that's how windy it is. We've got the south window open so we can operate our camera, and that's where it's coming in and grabbing Chris's headset, and that's why you're hearing a little bit of the wind. I was surprised when I got here to see how windy it is. Of course, this field, it's on the far west side of T, and there really isn't a lot of wind break around here. Behind us is wide open field. There's nothing behind us, really nothing but small houses to the north of us. But the wind is coming from the south, which is also kind of a wide open spot. We have a grass soccer / football field to the south of us. And I don't know who's vacuuming.
Hey, when stuff's got to get done, it's got to get done.
It sounds like a Holiday Inn up here.
Yeah, I was going to say, housekeeping does not stop for anybody.
Hey, I was in Thornton Flooring, and I asked him, I said, I like the carpet that you donated to T. Will you show it to me? Because I might want to put it somewhere. And so I saw the very carpet we're standing on. $2 a square foot, if you want to know. That's your that's the information that I got.
Where were you going to carpet? Where were you going to put it? Come on now.
If we're being totally honest, I have a dog that's getting older. So what that means is we don't always go outside. I have a younger dog that's bell trained. So when he has to go to the bathroom, he rings the bell. Smart as a whip.
That's crazy.
Strange.
That's a tough one.
Oh. Play's not dead yet. Bonza looking up. Play's still not dead. Great play by Bonza. No one's there. And so a throw in. So my basement, I was looking at putting something in. I got water damage about a dozen years ago. And once you get water, you never forget it. And so I want something easy to peel up, maybe cheap, easy to peel up. The basement is kind of the kids' hangout. So
did you get the squares so that you could just peel up one square instead of like a whole section?
Something like that. I haven't got it yet, but you know we're looking, we're efforting.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Hudson Hadrick picking them up and setting them down, and now DeGeest tries to get the steal over there. DeGeest still on the ball. Here's Powell. And Powell gets control of the ball, sends it across field. Really no one home. And
yeah, like I said, the touches are just a little bit off, and the passes are just a little bit offline, and they'll have to try to get that stuff fixed.
What are you doing at halftime?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I just sit here. I don't do anything.
You don't go get a hot dog or anything?
I'll probably wait and get a hot dog after the game.
Okay. The first half of the season, the girls played first, and then the boys followed up. Now it's the other way around for the rest of the year. So the next two games tonight, and I guess Thursday night. Good thing I don't have plans Thursday night.
You do now.
I do now. Last night, the Lady Titans volleyballers, the rivalry game, I guess you can call
Good
it.
shot.
Nice play just off of goal. Traveled over to Lennox. Had two of the three sets were competitive, but lost 3-0. So
how about that was a treat?
Well, the good thing about it is it's quick. It's a very quick occurrence.
Oh, I meant that the love that Lennox has for T area, that was probably fun when you're on the road going to Lennox.
There has been worse. I talked
Really?
to Coach Hansen, for the volleyball coach of the Titans, one-time soccer player here for the Titans. This will be interesting in the Knights. Good job by Powell to poke it three. Brax Johnson comes out a great save by him. There's been worse, I believe. Boy, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. I won't tell you, but she's told me about a couple of student sections that weren't didn't treat the Titans very hospitable.
Well, for me, it's not the student sections that I care about. It's the parents. And
Sure.
when there's stuff that I've heard over the years, it's just not. There's just no place in the game for it. But I know everybody's kind of excited and worked up, and
yeah, they
emotions get high and all that fun stuff.
16 into the game for the Titans. Arden McGraw, 23. Noah Malum, I don't think we've seen either of these players all year, both seniors. So they're going to get to play the last 90 seconds here. No, I'll say this I have been to some pretty wild Lennox games. I don't know if it's different now that we're a class above them
I
doesn't
think
mean
it
we're
was
better.
good.
It's just we're a
Yeah.
different class. But they were fine last night, I thought.
I think they were glad to see us go. Let's just say that.
You know, we were talking on the way home. I don't know the Titans' time in Class A starting in 2011 saw the Titans win 14 state championships, 2 in football, 2 in boys basketball. They've got 4 in these boys soccer, 3 in girls soccer. They've got a couple, I believe, in golf. But I don't think in that time Lennox ever won a state championship. Now,
I
if I'm
think
wrong,
you're probably unless you may be right, unless it may have been a girls' basketball or
Nope,
something, or
they
I
didn't.
don't even know.
when they had, the girl, I can't remember her name, she committed to SDSU as an 8th grader. They never won it with her. They got close. They got to state. Football, they won it last year, but of course, T wasn't around last year.
Right. Like I said, I think they're thinking good riddance. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
I think so. And, you know, the move to Double-A here for T is struggling in girls soccer. They're struggling in volleyball, in some other sports. But honestly, it's not a Double-A thing. Almost a reverse goal. Johnson, did he save it? What a great save. O'Gorman wants a corner kick. They said it went out of bounds. We might have to put some time on the clock.
I don't think they're gonna.
Nope. But it's not. It hasn't been a Double-A thing by the Titans have struggled. They just are down a little bit on talent. So
Yeah, I think it's kind of cyclical. I mean, you gotta. There are some highs and lows, and we've been riding pretty high for a long time. You're bound to kind of take a dip sooner or later.
we're going to ride high here in the second half. We'll put it in timeout here. I'm going to go down and listen to what the coaches have to say. Might grab my hot dog early, but we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Stick around. Here we go. Back to action for the T area. Titans. O'Gorman Knights. I went down and listened to the coaches. It's nice of them to let me snoop in. When they parted ways, they said, wake up. They want more effort. They want these guys to step it up more. They just want more of an effort. But some of the things the coaches said, the Titans, they can't get up so far. Hold on. So what happened here, we had the music going out on the field, and the coach and the fans started yelling. I have to turn the music down. And since our window's open, they always look in our window. You ever notice that? And
They do.
I have a hopeless
They
feeling
do.
like it's not us. We have no control over that. That's the tomahawk.
When they yell at us for mispronouncing their daughter's name. That is also not us.
That's the tomahawk, Tommy Tosh.
That is.
Don't
He's
get
too
up
busy.
so far.
He's too busy eating his pizza.
He's 2 pieces he's got tonight.
Boy, I don't know where he put that.
Coaches said don't get up so far. This is something they talked about. They told Juve to go. They want Juve to beat teams and a little bit of Hall as well. Use your speed. Beat them with your speed. They don't want Juve really making many moves. They just want them to go. Don't overcommit on defense. They told Hudson Hedrick, they said, Huddy, just rip one just like you saw Delmonico do. They said, just waste one. Just take some shots. Let's get some. They were stressing shots on goal. They want to see shots on goal. They want their center mids to be on the backs of the O'Gorman Knights, not so off of him. They said be up on them. Don't stay back so far on defense.
I'd like to see them challenge the keeper a little bit more than they have, and that's exactly right, putting it on the frame and making them make a play.
Yeah, and they want to get something you kind of touched on. Just seemed the pass seemed off. They said they wanted to get in a rhythm. They say we play a lot better when we're in a rhythm. So let's get in a rhythm here.
Yeah, they've just been kind of, like I said, just like a cog off with their passing and their decision making and stuff like that. Hasn't been crisp like it normally is.
Yeah. And so the Titans on the wrong end of the scoreboard and the wrong end of the field as they trail 1-0. They're also going into the wind. It's died down a little bit since the beginning of this game about an hour ago, but not a ton. You'll probably hear not a lot of wind in Chris's headset, I'm guessing, as it continues to die down. Hall, a nice drop there, and then it gets back to Connor Case, back to Hall. Little triangle action there for the Titans with McNelly. We have football, home football game this Friday here from T as the Titans won their last game on Friday. Took overtime to get that done as they missed a extra point late to tie it at 20-20. Then they got it. There's the speed of Bonza as the keeper comes out and makes a great play. But Bonza needs to just shoot that right away, right?
Yeah, that's a tough. I mean, it's moving so fast, and I don't think you're expecting it to come back from the keeper. I think his best shot was the first one, and
yeah, I was talking the second one where he seemed like he could have poked it in, and he was
Right.
kind of dancing with it a little bit.
Like I said, you get to going so fast, it's hard to
First
to
corner
think
kick
it's
of the
coming
night
right
for the
back at you.
Titans. Hudrick sent it in a little low. He's probably trying to send it in low on purpose because knowing that the wind is just going to lift it up as the stadium lights come on now for the Titans. And Gavin Reiners makes the play. It's going to be DeGeest is the strong arm Titan, does most of the throw-ins. There's Bonza, just sent out of there by Zach North of O'Gorman. And now throwing it in is going to be Jack Jorgensen, who with 6:51 to go, untied this game. And now it'll be the first corner kick of the second half, the 6th overall for the Knights. Keep an eye on this one with the wind in their direction. You've seen these with the wind like today's, just you've seen players hook them in. It's going to be tough for a right-handed kicker to do that. Skied up. Brax Johnson doesn't know where to go. Now he gets it and just takes a shot. Knocks him down.
Kind of went through him. That's what you got to do. It's just a strong physical defensive play.
Yeah, that was number 17, Caden Olson for the Knights. Here's Reiners, brings it up, looking for number 12 for the Titans, Nathan Hall. Talked with his brother briefly at halftime. Carson starred for the Titans, graduated last year.
Yeah, he was fun to watch play, too.
Yeah, he was. He was a senior last year, and he was one of the few, or maybe I think there was only 2 or 3 seniors. Reiner's a rare mistake. And the Knights want to take advantage. That was Olson just kind of sent it to the other side of the field. I don't know if he meant to kick it there, but DeGeest, great play. Ethan DeGeest, throw in for the Knights.
Yeah, you don't see Gavin make that play. Looks
No,
like
he
he's
kinda-
hobbling a little bit.
Yeah, looks like he broke his own ankles.
Yeah. But Carson was fun to watch play. I think he could probably just about play any position. And
Yeah, he did. We saw him
just
last
kill it.
year, mid-game, switch out to goalie.
oh yeah, I remember that.
Nice ball there, and then the high header, easy save for Johnson. But
From the head of an 8th grader. That's
yeah,
crazy.
that was Rolfing. Gets the second half start as these Knights will sleep well the next couple of nights.
I must have a little bloody nose. Yeah, you don't want to tip your head forward and get it all over that pretty white jersey.
No. So that is number 2, Zach Heineman, the senior captain. He'll come out. Number 13, Ben Finnegan, a sophomore, will come on for the first time tonight. Still into the wind. Still Brax
Still
Johnson
gets
gets
it
up
midfield.
past midfield. Delmonico back out on the field for the Titans. He got the start. Injured himself. His brother is in attendance too, one of the greats to ever lace him up for Titans soccer.
Yeah, 100%.
And had he stayed out, he was a really good cross-country runner for the Titans. Nice touch there by McNally. Hadrick almost comes out with it. Knights control it.
I'm sure Ryan could have probably just about done anything that he
Yeah.
wanted to if he had the desire.
There is a picture of him hanging up out in the press box, out in the main part, standing next to Noah Friedel, who went about 6'4", and Ryan, when he was an 8th grader, was very small, and it's
About
a really
5'4".
and he's shot up. He's probably close to 6 foot now.
Yeah.
Ball sent in. That's going to be just sailed by number 21, Will Koziara.
That was a really good opportunity there. I think he's going to probably want that one back too.
Absolutely.
Kick. Titans.
So Brax Johnson, close to 10 minutes. 8
Like-
minutes into the second half.
I'd like to see the Titans just kind of lock in here and just kind of focus and calm themselves and be a little more composed and make better passes
Crisp
and better
passes.
decisions.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Exactly.
Well, that's going to be a nice run out there for number 9, Garrison Schonewald. Sends it high, out of bounds. Another goal kick.
That wind is definitely playing
Goal kick.
playing an advantage to
Yep.
when you have it. It could cause some problems.
Brax Johnson. Several chances here for the Knights in the second half, and the Titans were playing with the wind. That one just sailed over everybody. 2 headers in a row. Hall to Bonza, now to Rolfing. Hadrick is going to try to kick it up. Rolfing in the way. No one really there for the run out. Delmonico is going to try to surprise everyone. Handled well by Riddell. Riddell sends it back to his teammate, who eludes 2 Titans, 3 Titans. Passes it over here to Isaac Oliver. And then up to Schonewald. Taken away almost by Case. Olsen controls it. And now this is Koziara. Just too much on that ball. Johnson comes out, saves the day for the Titans. We want to keep that lead at 1-0. Here's Hudson Hadrick.
Man, it's coming on quick.
Hadrick knocked to the ground. They're going to call that foul, and it's probably one of the lighter times he was hit.
Yeah, I was going to say it, but it's pretty obvious. It was right in front of the official, and there was no ball, and just clipped his foot.
Got some Ryan Delmonico's 8th grade boys. He's got the best time of 800 meters ever, school record.
Really?
Yeah.
A high school record?
That was 8th grade boys.
I know, but I'm saying the best time ever for 8th grade or best time
8th
for
grade.
high school?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
for middle. He was fast. He's also a good distance runner. I don't know if you remember this, Chris, but when Chloe Wilson went out for cross country for a year, was actually a really good long distance runner. And I think that was her 8th grade year, and then she quit.
And I think she was trying to get herself into shape and things like that. And I think I would say there's better ways to do it, but I don't like running. But she's just an athlete too, and she's kind of one of those people that whatever she kind of put her mind to,
Determined.
I think she could do too. Yeah, for sure.
Case steals it for the Titans, brings it up the near sideline, knocked out of bounds. The Titans want it. It's going to be.
Oh no!
It is the Titans.
Nope. I was going to say I think the AR had it wrong. And here's Juve.
Bonza.
Oh,
left-footed kick doesn't get anything
another
on
one
it.
that they just not connecting with the ball. You don't see Juve do that very much either.
I remember when Carly McKinney played for the Titans soccer. She was a double-digit goal scorer every year. She went from
Nobody
that
could
to
run
basketball.
With her. Yeah, nobody could run with her. They just stand at the 50,
Yeah.
kick it a mile, and let her run on it, and nobody could catch her.
And when she played basketball, they would pull her out early after about 5 minutes, and I'm thinking she just came off a soccer season where she never came off the field, and now she can't play 5 minutes at a time in basketball. So that was kind of funny, but
yeah,
good.
she played college basketball, I think, in a couple different schools.
Yep, she played for 4 years at was it Mount Marty, and then finished up 1 year. I know she played at Nebraska. Her team visited Nebraska. She didn't play at Nebraska, but she played for a smaller school. I forget. It's too long ago. It seems like it should be not so long ago. Second corner kick of the night for the Titans. Hadrick, so he'll be kicking into the wind. He just did this a little bit ago.
I'd like to see him get a little height on this one.
Yeah, I think you got a better feel for it. You're going to see a better kick here. There's a nice
much better
touch.
ball.
And almost for the Titans.
Another whiff.
It looked like DeGeest.
Yeah, another whiff.
Was
on
that
the ball.
DeGeest that missed it?
Yep.
That was on a tee.
I was just going to say that one, you couldn't even just drop the ball there any better than that.
And Case kept alive by Olsen for the Knights. Here's Reiners. Reiners just kicks it out of bounds. He could have gone to his left. He had a couple Titans over there. This is Mr. Bloody Nose, the captain, Zach Heineman, senior for the Knights.
Heineman.
He is back in. Now, we see the pennies. Both teams have yellow pennies. What's the story there?
Yeah, the significance of that is on the sideline when you're a lot of times the teams will be standing.
Yeah.
And if you're standing on the sideline and it can be a little bit of a distraction, not only for the players but the officials. Oh, there's a good physical
Great
play by Brax.
catch by Brax Johnson.
But it's also for when you check in, you know exactly who you're going in for, and you hand that penny to the person you're replacing instead of just yelling somebody's name and having it be having the wrong person come off the field.
There's Powell back there fighting for the ball. And McNelly doesn't know where that went. So this will be Heineman. Heineman just kind of takes a fall, and he sells it, gets the
I was
call.
going to say, I don't know if there was a foul there or.
Saw a similar play in the first half against Juve-Banza. He didn't get the call.
Right, and that one was in the box.
That one was in the box. This one wasn't.
This is
one
still
was
a
just
very
outside
dangerous.
the
Yeah,
box.
this is still a very dangerous spot, though.
And is this going to be Rolfing is going to take it?
It looks like he's going to be part of it. I don't know.
Nope,
It
it's
doesn't
going
look
to be
like it.
checking into the game. 15, Vincent Riddell, senior captain, is going to take this one. Is it going to get cold tonight? I see a Titan player with almost a parka on down there.
That is a parka. I didn't know it was going
It's a
to.
free kick. Really nice one. Wow. That was a laser saved by Brax Johnson. And Titans
That's a really good play. That
goal
thing was-
kick. Wow.
That thing was on a rope.
Number 9, Lucas Samuel Widoff.
Wiedenhaus into the game for the Titans. I don't know if I've seen many kicks faster than that this year. I was surprised how quickly.
It got on him quick, didn't it? It was only about 6 inches off the ground, too. Yeah, hooked it right around the wall, and Brax got enough of it to knock it out, and then they kicked it out afterwards, so that's pretty lucky.
Wiedenhaus from Germany. In Germany, they don't have high school sports. He's played for a club team and such, but nice pass.
Great play.
There by Heineman, just kind of the no look. It would almost be what a behind the back pass is in basketball. But he does have a team he plays on over there. It's not a club team, it's a club team. It's not a high school team. So some of these German exchange students we've had have been kind of surprised by high school sports. Just one of the things Germany does different. You know what the other one is? Free braces.
Really?
And as a father with 3 kids in braces, I'm all about that.
I've had 2, and I can't get my son to commit.
No, why not?
He does not want to go through that, and
Okay.
he does not care either.
Okay.
So,
That one's going to sail up too high, and jumping around is Vincent Riddell. He wants that one back, as Chris would say.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a son with autism that he didn't want to do the brace route either, and that was okay with me. It's my pocketbook. No, some kids just don't. You don't always need them. I'm kind of
Juve's
as we
on the
see
loose.
Juve Bonds in the run
Just go
out.
by him. Oh, see, that's what
Just
I'm
get
talking
it
about.
A little
Just
too
that
far
little,
ahead of him. Hudson
well,
Hedrick
it's just
comes up,
that
save the
bad
day.
touch. It's just like you
Yep.
said, just a cog off. It's just causing bad touches and losing the ball and bad passes. They just seem like they're just not themselves.
Yeah.
See, and just stuff like that where you turn the ball over
Right.
uncharacteristically. You see a lot of heads down, shaking their heads. Like I said, I think they just need to lock in this last 23 minutes. I think they'll be fine.
If you were a coach, what would you like to, as we see coming into the game,
Number 21, Will.
number 10, Caden Bowers, and 21, Will Koziara, both starters. What would you keep track of in stats? I know Mark Anderson one year wanted to keep track of stops, how many times you stopped their forward progress. He wanted to see how many times.
That's
did
one of
that.
my things that, especially in the high school game and even the college game to some degree, I would like to see more of a standardization of the statistics, because the game from a statistics standpoint is not tracked well at all. I
Right.
mean, and they track so much stuff in a regular football game that it's crazy.
Yeah.
But like with soccer, it's basically goals and assists.
Right.
And it's like, I don't feel like you can choose all state or all conference just based on goals and assists. And that's the thing that's tough, because there are a lot of really, really good defensive players in this state that don't get to be all state or all
Yeah.
conference because they don't score goals. And so, yeah, I think that there's a statistic for tackles in terms of defensively when you step to the ball.
Oh,
just
what a great
just
takeaway by Bonza.
Just
Yep.
like Juve did there, and that kid just did it right back to him. But yeah, so I mean, stuff like that I think would be good. I think that there should be a way to track, your pass completions. As a player, how many completed passes you have, how many turnovers you cause, things like that. And it just shows that you got a work rate. That's another bad turnover.
Take away Koziara.
And he's running right down the middle. This is trouble.
This is Olsen.
Great job by Brax.
Brax
That's
Johnson.
unreal. That is unbelievable.
Wow.
I don't
he
think
is
anybody,
tough as nails.
Yeah, I don't think anybody understands how hard that is to do when someone's running at you at that speed.
Well, we saw a keeper on the girls' side tear an ACL, MCL. Lainey Haynes
Yeah,
is
PCL.
going to be
I think
out
she tore
until the
every-
end of summer.
Yeah, I think she tore every CL that you can.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which is
just
terrible.
really unfortunate. Here's Bill Kirkla just into the game for the Titans. Excites the fan for a second. Good job there by number 9, Garrison Schonewald, to keep that ball under control. Up the sidelines, this is Wiedenhaus.
But I think one of the things that I've stressed as a coach is that an assist is as good or better than a goal.
Sure.
Because you made the sacrifice to make a pass or made the choice and made the play to give somebody the opportunity to score. Yeah,
Yep.
the goal is what everybody celebrates, but the assist, I think, is something that's a little bit overlooked too.
And when you say that, it brings to mind 2-1 win over Washington. Juve Bonza, everybody, if you're playing against Juve Bonza, you're going to know where he is and who he is. He brought the ball down, sucked about 3 defenders over to him, and then he just dumped it off.
Yep.
And then we got an easy game-winning goal out of it.
Right,
And
substitutions, number 7.
he probably wouldn't have scored on his own because, like I said, he had 3 guys on him.
But yeah, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. And that just shows soccer IQ, and it just shows how smart he is. And the fact, like I said, that he makes that play, it's so often everybody just thinks that they've got to do it themselves. And
Right.
there's definitely individual moments within a team game, but it's definitely more of a team game when it's done properly. And I think when we were doing the Aberdeen game, that was one of the things that Coach Juergens commented about Aberdeen, about their possession. And I think the possession side is something that that high school should track a little bit better too, meaning how many minutes out of the 80 minutes did you have the ball?
Sure.
And so I think that can be a little bit deceptive, but it's one of those stats that can kind of show you the control and things like that. One thing that I always hated was unforced errors or unforced turnovers. When you're not being pressured and you just turn the ball over on a bad pass or a bad touch. And that's one of the things that, from a negative standpoint, that if you can eliminate some of that stuff, it can really help you find some success.
Yeah, Dawood Toto, you see him there.
And that's
Into
a good
the game.
tackle. Yep, that's a good tackle again.
For the Titans, Reiner's doing his thing back there. Coming in, Jack Healy, number 7, a senior for O'Gorman, and Nick Rodriguez, senior. They both played first half, number 14.
Well, like I said, it's a very evenly played game, and you're seeing tackles both ways. You're seeing the ball turned over both ways, and unfortunately, they snuck one in the first half, and to get that 1-0 lead. And now it's just kind of we're going to have to do some pressing a little bit.
And the coaching staff wants Hudson Hadrick to do what Jack Jorgensen did with 6:51 to go, float one over the top. They Huddy, as they called him. Just float one over the top, take a shot, take a chance. If you miss, no big deal. They want shots on goal.
And that's his superpower. And I think that from what I've seen so far, I feel like the Knights know where he's at too.
Yeah.
Because they've seen kind of what he's done, and they're just not giving him the space to do that. There's Brax again.
Brax, another diving goal.
But that's the thing is they're just not challenging. They're just not challenging the keeper enough, in my opinion.
Right.
But you've got to have good touches and good passes in order to get that shot, and that's where they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah. Juve Bonzi, see him at midfield. Knights really controlling the ball this second half. Nice play by De Geest, and then he tries to take it upfield, gets denied. I was talking with Coach Juergens on the 30-yard line, and I said, this is kind of Hudson Hadrick's spot here, and he said, this is his home.
That's right.
This is what he said. Here on the far side is Wiedenhaus. He is looking for Bill Kirkla. Kirkla controls it. He finds Bonza. Bonza falls down, gets back up. Bonza still has the ball. Oh, he just gets shoved, and the crowd saw it. And how is that no call?
I have absolutely no idea.
It was
what
10
he's
yards
looking
from the
at.
referee. Though everybody in the crowd saw it. You probably heard him and play on, I guess.
I just don't understand that. Just a hand in the back and a full shove off the ball.
Just a blatant.
Well, he got knocked down in the first half pretty roughly too, and I thought that was for sure a foul, and that was in the box. So The referee is definitely letting them play.
Talking with Coach Jurgens, he said one of the most physical games he can remember. And I remember playing this team in the state championship, and they were really physical. But this wasn't even the state championship; it was against Spearfish. And he said that Noah Friedel, we mentioned him again. I promise I don't mean to. He said he came out of that game crying. He was so banged up and beat up, and they were so tough on him. And it's kind of, we have the helpers yelling for the clock here.
Yeah, the home team is down 1 and wants all the minutes on the clock that they can have.
16-19 to go.
Looks like we have somebody with a cramp. Looks like he might be adjusting the time potentially.
And like you said, if
adding
you
three,
can call,
adding 3 whole seconds back on the game.
if you call this a must-win game, you can call it for both sides. This would be a big,
100%.
big win for Harrisburg, especially after.
Or you mean O'Gorman? Yes.
I mean, O'Gorman fighting off a loss to Harrisburg last night,
right.
and getting those 2 across to at least salvage a tie.
I think a tie would probably be acceptable now for T at this
Right.
point because it's a lot to ask to get 2 goals on this team in the last 16 minutes.
Right, and that's what I told Coach Olson last night when he told me that they battled back and got the tie, and I said, well, that's better than the alternative that you were looking at. And so free kick for Rex Johnson.
Against the win and still goes to midfield.
Jeez.
Boy, that looked like that one could have hurt. Kind of an awkward fall.
See Bill Kirkla out there. And that's going to be off O'Gorman, but he's going to call that a foul.
That's what I don't think that's consistent compared to what I saw down here. He was just going for the ball, and that was more shoulder to shoulder to me than.
So go for the ball, get a foul called, get shoved.
Yeah, full
both
on
hands,
pushing the back.
No call.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, you just have to accept. He's got 22 players out there. Maybe he just didn't see it. You know,
and that's entirely possible.
We discussed that in basketball. That
but that's
things
what,
you see.
That's what the AR is for, though. Too. The
Sure.
AR can call fouls too, and see that's the other part of it.
And we talk about that in basketball. Just because you see something from the stands doesn't mean they see it. They've got
Right.
different angles, and vice versa. They might see something that you might complain about. Great job by Reiners, and then finds Bonza. Reiners wants it back.
The technical part of the game here with the way O'Gorman's playing.
And he's again just being held, and Juve Bonza very frustrated because that's been going on. We're going to stop the game now. That's a yellow.
As it should be. I mean, it's been going on for a while, and I like to see that it's starting to get a little bit chippy, and I think that it's probably a wise move just to flash the yellow card and maybe reset these boys.
Their captain, senior Kenny Oddie. I'm sorry. Ben Finnegan, the sophomore, checks back in. Free kick here. It's going to be taken by the Titans. Number 8, Dalen McNelly. Titans' second to last regular season home game here. They hope to play one more.
Second to last regular season game period, I believe. They've only got the 2 left, I believe. This one and one more.
Yep.
Yeah, and then it's into the playoffs.
Hopefully a playoff one. If Gavin Reiners can connect on this, he can't. Plays it up the sidelines, almost out of bounds, getting to the corner.
But the technical aspect of the game that O'Gorman is playing with. Yeah, I don't understand that one. That must have been deflected back off of Reiners, but either that or he didn't get to the ball before it went out the side.
Raleigh Powell, that one skims over his head. Hudson Hadrick runs back into the box so he can use his hands. If he's outside of the box, he cannot touch that ball. Nor can you touch the ball if it's played to you intentionally by your player any other time, Chris?
Yeah, and that was what was called, luckily for us, on the infamous Noah Watson goalie play. So they called the keeper for a handball out of the box. So
yep.
I thought
here's a nice ball. What a great diving full-out save.
And that was a fantastic save, and that was
freshman,
heading right. And
Luke
that was
Bell.
and that was heading right for Juve.
Woo.
But I thought the Aberdeen fans were going to lose their minds on that play.
And they didn't.
Well, they kind of did, but they didn't. I don't know. I don't know what happened because it was on the other side of the field, but it was pretty loud at that point.
Yeah.
But the technical aspect that the Knights are playing with is really what's kind of kept them in this game. Their technical, their tackling, their stepping to the ball, they're being on second ball, their passing, their touches have all been better than the Titans tonight. And that's really been, to me, the difference in the game is they've controlled the ball better and they've gotten to the ball before we do.
Hall and Hedrick back into the game for the Titans. Schoenwald, Bowers, and Nelson for the Knights checking back in. Looks like Jack Healy is going to maybe go in for the Knights here soon. Their captain, Zach Hyman, fresh off getting a yellow card, is set to check back in. They for sure at this point of the year don't want to have him get another yellow. I'm sure he won't. What a great ball by McNally.
See, that's the ball that I'm talking about right there. The ball just gets a little bit too far away, and O'Gorman's there for that second ball.
Do you want to play that ball close to your body?
Yeah, if you get it more than maybe 3 feet away from you, you're probably risking it getting taken.
Right. Reiner's in there fighting with Charlie Nelson for the Knights. Nice pass, but Raleigh Powell is just going to try to shield his player. And Hudson
That's a
Hadrick
great job.
kicks it back into the goal himself. Is that legal?
That's Brax. Brax Johnson.
Brax kicked it into the box.
Yep. Well, he passed it back to himself in the box, which is perfectly legal and is absolutely a fantastic heads-up play.
That's a great play.
Yeah, that's a fantastic play.
Well, Gorman was all holding their hands up on the sidelines like that wasn't legal. That's why I asked.
I think they were wondering if he touched it with his hand. I mean, he can touch it with his body, I believe, outside the box. But if he touches it with his hands or his arms, then obviously that's a handball outside the box.
See, I learned something tonight.
Yep.
Did you know that in volleyball a kick is a legal touch?
Yeah, I've kind of wondered about that, why that hasn't been used more, because I feel like with as tall as some of those girls are and as
it
long
was
a legs
used
they have.
the other night. I'll have to send you the clip. It was beautiful. It was in Watertown. The center, the mid, Chloe Christensen kicked it as a last-ditch effort, kicked it to Anea Connors, and it turned out to be an assist. Connors got the kill off of the kick. It was pretty crazy.
That's very cool.
So
I don't know if I've seen it on occasion, but I don't think I've ever seen it used as an assist.
Yeah,
That's
that
really
was
cool.
If that would have been maybe Nebraska or the Omaha Supernovas, maybe it makes Sports Center top 10. But
right
when it happens in Watertown, South Dakota, it's probably not going to make Bristol, Connecticut.
Well, that's for sure. I bet Noah would have made the top 10.
Delmonico back in for the Titans. Bowers back in.
Just under 11 minutes left. They're going to have to get going.
Are we going to get rain tonight?
I don't think so. I hope not. Well, I'm inside, so it doesn't matter to me. But
I did see
T
area new superintendent Tanya Warzeka at the game. I don't think I've seen her at a game yet this year. Griff, have you seen her at all?
I wouldn't know her if she was sitting next to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
Okay. Well, she was in T. She's a curriculum director, and then went and was the superintendent of Dakota Valley. And then when Harrisburg says we'll take Jennifer Lowry, we said, okay, we'll take Tanya Warzeka. We're very familiar with her. So Titans looking for the ball shagger. Ball shagging, that can be a job. Holden Delmonico just throws it over his head. McNally, nope. There's Case, just sends it up. This for the Titans. Number 11, Jonathan Howe, out of bounds.
And again, just missing the ball. I think that if we've had several whiffs and several balls that were just not even remotely well struck, and opportunities like that have really hurt us.
Yeah. Coach Jurgens picks up what looks like a volleyball.
Yeah.
And the fans getting restless.
They're now yelling at the JV ball boys for not getting them a ball so we can continue play.
It can be tough, especially on a windy day. Those balls can get away, and you've only got one extra. That's a nice ball up the sidelines, running that down. Kenny Oddie checked in when Heineman got the yellow card. Great play. Again, Brax Johnson.
I just hate the fact that he had kind of got really, really unlucky on the goal that was given up. Because other than that, he has just been absolutely stellar.
As always, as per usual.
Yep.
Seen him a lot of. That one's just going to sail. There's the ball boy. Throws it to Brax Johnson right away. Under 10, ticking down, close to 8 minutes to go. And that ball's up to Jonathan Howell. Plays that one near midfield. Now to Geist. That's Hadrick. And that's going to be Case. Just sends it high in the air. Finds Kirkla. No, that's Juve Bonds on the other side.
Yeah, he's been very quiet this second half. I don't know if it's because they're focusing on him or if it's just the fact, like I talked about, that they just can't seem to string things together and control the ball.
Right, and Muller's been on him, just kind of focusing on Bonzo, shadowing him all over. See, now watch for that ball. Now that ball's going to end up in the stands. Now the ball boy has to run back and get it, and then if they kick it out again, then he's on the hot seat.
That's a thankless job, though.
Yes, it
well,
is.
It's not really thankless because I think you get you get pop in a candy bar or something, but I don't think the boys are probably getting those.
And now that one's going to end up in – no, that one stays in, but it might end up in the stand. Yeah, you get a pop and candy bar. Are you doing it for a pop and candy bar, Chris?
Not at my age. Not at my age, my friend. When I was a kid, I probably would have done it for nothing, but
yeah. Into the game, Caden Olson. So when this gets down, I believe under 5 minutes, and when O'Gorman subs, they have to stop the clock.
correct.
So he'll come in for Gage Rolfing. That was put into play a few years ago, that rule. Makes sense.
Trying to keep people from subbing the clock out.
Yep.
Well, you know, I only do this job for the hot dogs, and because I get to be close to you, that's
why I do it.
You know.
There's our game crew on Friday can be quite fun. This is close. Brax Johnson. How did O'Gorman not get that one through?
I have no idea. That's crazy.
Our game crew up here on Friday nights can be quite the fun crew. You should come join us sometime. But
I would love to. I think that would be a blast.
Yeah, Pete Roberts, he does it. He's the statistician. He kind of runs
offside.
And Hall is called offsides. That's unfortunate.
He was offside the whole time. Didn't even know it. But I just hang out with you just in hopes and well, Griff too, in case some of your greatness will rub off on me. That's kind of what I'm hoping anyway.
I'll ask him to bring up the hot dogs they don't sell from the concession stand. And if Pete Roberts is a kid in the candy store when they deliver those dozen hot dogs up here and ketchup and mustard. And
oh, boy.
It's
does it turn into like a Nathan's hot dog eating contest up here?
Well, I'll tell you, I have to be talking the whole time, so I don't get a chance to eat them. And the first time they did it, I turned around. I was excited to get a hot dog
because great ball.
That is a really nice ball, kicked out of bounds by Muller. I turned around and the crew had eaten them all. They didn't save me one. So now when they bring them up, I'll stash one or two in my backpack.
Yeah. They probably did that just to get your goat on that.
Throw in for the Titans. 5 minutes to go. Nice reverse header by Delmonico. You see the Knights have all 10 of their players, all 11 of their players packed in, and the AR is going to call that on the Knights as Reiners is knocked down, and he's up.
He plays so hard. I don't know. He must eat Advil like M&Ms or something after these games.
He is fun.
He plays so hard.
Fun to watch.
Yeah, very fun.
And I agree with the football coaches. I could see where he would probably be a really good football player out there. He's checking his arms. He must have got knocked down. Where's that one going? That one was knocked away.
Another one that's not well struck again. It's just I don't recall T really having any well struck balls at the goal.
Adi kept that one alive for the Knights, and now this one's Schoenwald. He's battling Reiners. Reiners loses him for a second. Now gets back. Schoenwald's going to have a kick here right into the gut of Brax Johnson. And Schoenwald, if he'd have kicked that to the right or to the left, he probably would have been in business. Getting down towards crunch time here for the Titans. 4 minutes to go. O'Gorman striking again. Adi, they say he's offsides. Lost in that was Brax Johnson making another play. And when I discussed him with Coach Juergens reminded me he's only a junior. And so he will be back next year.
And to find somebody that's that athletic and that fearless and that smart is
and wants to play goal and tough.
Oh, that's exactly right.
he's the whole package. That was a really nice ball. Hall trying to get a foot on it. Now
That's
he
a
drops
great
it.
play.
Nice play by Hall.
Now we need a good
This
touch
is
and
the
a good
Geese.
pass.
Delmonico is going to have to run it down. He gets at least a foot on it. Good job getting a foot on it and sending it to the keeper, Bell. Bell gets the save. 3 minutes and change.
Delmonico was looking for a little bit of extracurricular activity after he made the play.
Big bounce. That's down in the corner where I don't see too much. Handball on the Titans. Not called. The whole O'Gorman
center
bench is up with
they're
their arms
letting them
out.
play. They're definitely letting them play.
You could see the handball from up here, but maybe the ref had a bad angle or was blocked. This is Juve Bonza. Got Muller on him. Titan ball on the throw-in. Getting down 2:30 to go. And this is when, if you're O'Gorman, you really don't want the Titans to score now. You've gone this long.
For sure.
Keeping them off the scoreboard. Bonza, the header, he goes down, rolls around in pain. And here comes.
This is huge
This is going to have to
trouble.
be a. Wow, Brax Johnson again! Oh, my goodness.
I have no idea how he does that. That is
You know how many
incredible.
breakaways he stopped today? Why would they blow it dead at that point?
I don't think I'm not sure he blew it dead.
Yeah, he blew it dead, and he made the X with his arms.
Well, he blew it dead now, but I think they may have done it after. Maybe not. I have
No,
no idea
that
where
was-
they're going to call the ball.
If the goalkeeper would have bobbled that at all and it would have rolled in, which is extremely unlikely, that wouldn't have been counted because he blew it dead with the.
Wow, I did not see that.
He blew it dead when the ball was about 10 yards from the goalkeeper and crossed his arms. And
Hopefully this is just a cramp. It appears that it's a cramp. I think he threw his shin guard in frustration, potentially.
so the ball should be a goal kick. 2:07. We've stopped the clock.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be. If they called it back here, I like I said, this is going to be interesting to see what they call or what they did call.
Which you think you'd let it roll to the goalkeeper and then blow it dead.
That's what I thought he did because I guess I'm kind of hard of hearing, but I didn't hear a whistle.
And you see him, the referee with the ball at the 22.
And Juve's still trying. It looks like he's trying to get rid of a cramp so he can stay in the game, but I don't see how that's going to be a
Yeah, and this
possibility
is
at
a
this
tough
point.
time to lose him as you see Raleigh Powell, the defender.
because it's locking up on him kind of as he goes here.
And Bonza, coach is checking with the referee, seeing if he can go back in. Now Bonza looks like he's running off pretty well on his own power. Powell back into the game. And, yeah, it is going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, they're just going to do a drop to the keeper. So they did actually let it go to the keeper until when he stopped it.
But wouldn't that be a goal kick then? Because
Because
why
the
drop?
keeper had it in his hands. So he.
It's a bad ricochet for the Titans.
That was a really bad.
As Brax Johnson again is going to be maybe forced to save it. That's a really good job by Adi. Now he'll kick it. Brax Johnson, another goal. And the O'Gorman bench is on their feet with their hands on their heads. Maybe shocked by the play of Brax Johnson.
Yeah, they're just they got one by him, but that's about it.
Yep. We're ticking down, 90 seconds to go. That one's going to be out of bounds probably with O'Gorman. It is.
That clock is definitely our enemy at this point. And when your best offensive weapon's sitting on the sideline with a leg cramp, that's a tough one.
And that one's going to be to O'Gorman. As we'll hear Tom Tosh say in a second. 1 minute to go, and then he'll count down the last 10 seconds.
A tradition like no other.
Our last game, I had to go take over for Tom and do PA, and you and Rick covered this, and you
Yeah,
guys did a good job. I had to go listen to it to hear the call.
I had to go listen to it to do this because I don't remember what I even said.
I had a lot of people tell me they they listened to it the next day, and some people told me they laughed all day, which is what I did. And they're going to say that's O'Gorman ball. And the Titans crowd is going to once again let the referees have it. Now they stop the clock.
And now they're stopping the clock, I think, because of the little bit of the stall with that O'Gorman's doing.
Right.
But it's still 19 seconds left. There's not going to be a whole lot that can be done in 19 seconds when you're throwing the ball as far as you can into your own area.
Yeah, it's going to go down. The O'Gorman Knights are going to win
10,
a road battle. Coach Jurgens told me the last time they were here it was a sleet fest, and so that wasn't that, but it's still going to be an O'Gorman victory. 33-09. Jack Jorgensen floated one in from about 30 yards out, and that'll be the difference maker. Neither team scores in the second half, and so that'll end the game here tonight. O'Gorman improves to 7-4-1. Titans fall to 7-4-2. So O'Gorman might have worked their way into that top 8, maybe not. We'll have to see how the other teams did. If you're following this game, we thank you for tuning in. If you want to watch the girls' action, the girls' O'Gorman team who just snapped the Harrisburg streak, just find this back on YouTube, the same place that you found this one, and we'll have a good old time. Girls soccer, O'Gorman Knights against T-Area Titans. O'Gorman Knights are going to come into that one with a record of 8-1-2. The Titans 2-8-2. So we'll see you on the other side. For Chris Murray and Mr. Griffin Schneider, Mr. Andrew Griffin, I'm Shad Hockey. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.